international super spy.
Shawty got low, yeah, low, shawty got low. She hit the floor, shawty got low. She hit the floor, shawty got low. Low, shawty got
low. What's going on? What's happening right now?
Yes, she's plus size. Yes, she has stretch marks. Yes, she has thighs that touch. And yes, her tummy jiggles. And yes, she's beautiful.
So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but not only do fat people have sex, we have good sex. I mean, look at us. We're
She was so nasty and so rude that I don't ever bring anybody around me like that.
So nasty.
And that's what happened.
So rude. So nasty and so rude.
I am stuffed. I just kept eating. But I'm still so hungry.
You know why being overweight is one of the smartest things you can do? Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no more food left. All the overweight people have the food in their tummy, so they would live longer than the people who aren't overweight.
Here's a few things to keep in mind this summer. This is fine. 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 This is fine too. Please, this summer, just focus on having a fun time and wear sunscreen.
Oh my God, he's dead? No!
Ladies and everyone else, it is time to start letting your natural stomachs hang out. Because look how beautiful and cute she is. I love her even from the side. Oh, my ass looks amazing. I am so fucking hot. Like, oh, ooh, gorgeous. I remember when I took this video, I thought, a year from now, I'm going to be so different.
I said I'm really invincible. It's 100 niggas in the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85.
Big girls, I must confess. Skinny chicks okay, but big girls the best.
People don't have to like you. People don't have to love you. They don't even have to respect you. But when you look in the mirror, you better love what you see.
Take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Fell in love with something that will love you back, and that, my friends, is house music. It doesn't judge you, and I won't either.
Ever been punched in your motherfucking face? What you say? Oh, you haven't? Alright, wait.
Speak up when I hop by the car, I promise I'm gonna speak up when I hop by the cut, I promise I'm gonna speak up when I hop about the cut, I promise I'm.
There's one thing you can expect from me, and that's the unexpected. 'Cause I'm an international super spy. Super spy!
Ain't a fluke, baby, cause the hook game got me on the loose, baby. And I'm out of here, racks on racks, I'm a lot serious. So fucked up, she got stare. She don't hear, she the one to hear.
I made a video recently about how, as a doctor, I think it is okay to be fat. And by that I mean it is not morally inferior, it is not shameful, you do not deserve to be judged. And someone wrote in my comments, what are they teaching in med school these days for a doctor to be able to say that it's okay? Honestly, I don't know exactly what they're teaching in med school these days because I graduated from med school 10 years ago, but I do know that they have never taught that shaming patients is a good way to inspire behavior change.
What did she purchase today, you said? Things from her Lara. I bought it so you can stop seeing it on your newsfeed. You know what? It's not bad, but also... I look like Ursula. My dear sweet child. That's what I do. You guys seen Hip? Cause she almost came out. This is supposed to be sporty, right? It's supposed to be like a sporty outfit. Not any sports I'm doing. This is... No. This does not hold up to my sports. Whoa. Whoa. I feel saucy in it a little. I feel a little saucy, like...
Fat phobia is not about fat people. Fat phobia is about thin people, straight-sized people who need to feel above somebody else in society. And when you want to get above somebody, you have two options. You can either build yourself up or you can tear somebody else down. Which of those is easier? And they might not even realize that that's why they're doing it. Because when you're told something for so long, man, you really start to believe it. And with this new glint of caring about fat people's health, it becomes easier and easier to ride that moral superiority wave because I'm not being hateful, I'm being helpful. I care about you. So when I really start to feel down about myself, or when people are especially vocal about how they feel about my body, I like to remind myself that it's not about me, it's not about my body, it's about them and how they feel about theirs.
How did I go from this to this?
The audacity that you as a fat person would hope to be treated well, or even just get the bare minimum, right? I want to remind you that we as fat people are so used to being treated poorly. We are so used to taking personal responsibility for that treatment and thinking that we are the problem and we need to fix ourselves in order to be treated better, that even the bare minimum feels like we are asking for too much, and that is not true. And I want you to really start to acknowledge and get angry about the way that you were treated and how vastly removed it is from the way that straight-sized people are treated, and realize that the only difference is that society has decided that we somehow have failed because we're in this body, and that's not true.
My 4-year-old is worried about being fat. I was getting her ready this morning and told her that she should layer a short sleeve over a long sleeve because it's cold outside, and she said, "Mom, but then people are going to think that I'm fat." And just like everything in me sank, and I held it together, and I was like, being fat doesn't mean anything. I'm fat and I'm super awesome. I'm fat and I'm pretty. I'm fat and we have fun. Like, you can still be awesome and have fun and do things when you're fat, and it doesn't matter what other people think about us. And I said something to that effect, and I was just like rambling and scrambling and trying to figure it out, and like, I have done everything that I possibly could to talk about my body in a positive way, to talk about other people's bodies in a positive way, to not talk about other people's bodies, to talk about what we do as people and not what we look at. And it still got to her through friends and TV. And what is this world that we live in that my 4-year-old is worried about being fat? How do we save them? And that's us. That's what we grew up with. That's in us from when we were that little. What do we do? how do I fix this? What do I do? I have no words. What do I do?
I'm answering questions off of my story right now, and one of them was, when did you realize it's okay to be fat? So actually in 2018, I was on sort of like a weight loss kick trying to do that. And then as I got into 2019, the beginning of 2019, my body started changing. You know, I started gaining a little bit of weight, and I was like really struggling with internalized fat phobia because my entire family has taught me from birth, just picked apart my body, said fat is horrible. But my body was changing, so I needed to dress it. I've only thought about the origins of how I unlearned it or the inciting moments a few times, but it really was just fat fashion and fat influencers who post fashion outfits or daily life content. I started watching Emma Thompson Hill in 2019 to kind of figure out clothing hauls and like where I could get clothes that fit my body now that I wasn't straight size. And I had never seen a fat person that was happy. Never. I didn't think that was a thing. Because at that point, my social media was just full of before and after weight loss pages and things like that. So, like, I was just really in this environment at home and online that was really fat phobic. I watched more of her videos. I followed her and I followed other fat creators, and I had a moment to myself. I'm like, they look good when they're fat. They're not supposed to look good when they're fat, but they do. I realized it was okay to be fat when I saw other people okay with being fat. And not just being okay with it, but actively trying not to change it and living their life to the fullest. They had belly lines and big stomachs and big arms, and they didn't care. From there, I unfollowed all of the weight loss pages, and I just followed a whole bunch of fat creators, which then led me into following people into fat liberation, which then got me interested in fat liberation and fat positivity, you know, true body positivity. And then I started following people that posted infographics, you know, disproving all of these things I had thought that were fact, and I was presented with new information that I just hadn't had before because the world is fat phobic and doesn't want you to realize that you can be fat and be fine. So sometime in 2019, I realized it was okay to be fat because so many people were, and I had tried so hard, and it made me miserable. And I realized I had a choice between staying miserable in a body that was not going to change back to being thin. That thin ideal was gone after reading from so many scholars, my personal experience, everyone else's experiences. I realized I can live my life and be fat, or stall it and keep being miserable. I hope that answered everything.